Christina.
And I'm Randy. Are you ready for an adventure?
Come see our journey today as we visit Chatsworth Summer Solstice, the LADWP Chatsworth Manor.
A hike at Chatsworth Reservoir.
Today we are in the western part of Los Angeles City, known as the San Fernando Valley, specifically Chatsworth, which is where a lot of the western movies were made. We will be visiting the Chatsworth Reservoir, which is currently owned by the Los Angeles Department of Water and Power. The reservoir has not been used since the Summer earthquake in Los Angeles area in 1971. After the earthquake, the reservoir was emptied and it became the Chatsworth Nature Preserve. The Chatsworth Nature Preserve is closed to the public on a normal basis, and you can only tour twice per year, once in the spring and once in the fall. This year they did not open in the spring due to the Department of Water and Power being tied up helping with the recovery from the wildfires in the winter. So they decided this year they would open for the public tours at the Summer Solstice. Please tell a friend about us and be sure to subscribe. About 4 years ago now, you can find a couple of videos we did on our channel about Chatsworth, California. The Chatsworth Reservoir is only open twice a year, so we took the opportunity to add that to our video lineup. They open up the Chatsworth Reservoir for hiking, tours, and conservationists to provide informative information. The hours are only 9 a.m. to 1 p.m., so you have to be there on time.
3, 2, 1,
They wouldn't allow anybody to park inside until 9 a.m., and so most people parked outside and lined up.
And we're in. Once a year. So they opened up the gates to park at 9 o'clock. Other people, including us, decided to park outside of the park alongside of the
Good morning, folks.
the street.
We're about to start in 5 minutes. So everybody coming in, if you can get around the circle here, we would appreciate it. Once again, good morning and welcome to Chatsworth.
Here's the Lake Manor Town Council. You got West Hills.
Good morning, folks. Once again, we're about to get started. So for those of you coming in, if you can come around the circle, just get around the circle.
Wow.
We appreciate it.
Minerals. So video recording. If you're participating, you could be recorded. We are participating.
Good morning.
Good morning!
There we go. That sounds more like it. This is a beautiful day. Look at this. It's not too warm. It's not too cold. Everybody can enjoy the day. My name is Anselmo Collins. I am the Senior Assistant General Manager in charge of the water system for LADWP. And it is my pleasure to welcome you to the Chatsworth Open House. This annual event typically takes place in April. It's supposed to coincide with Earth Day, but following the Palisades fire, our staff were focused on fire response and also recovery for much of that time. So as such, we were forced to move the event and we postponed the Earth Day until today, which happens to be the Summer Solstice. And this is a complement to the Winter Solstice event that we have right here also in December. Before we begin the ceremony, followed by our speaking program, we would like to acknowledge the traditional native inhabitants of the land. The land that we stand here today, as a matter of fact. We recognize and acknowledge the first people of this ancestral territory with respect to their elders, past and present, and future generations. We recognize the Tongva, Tatavian, and the Chumash people. So now it is my honor to invite Tribal Elder Dennis Garcia of the Fernandino Tatavian Band of Mission Indians to begin the opening ceremony.
Aku, hama natin, Nutawan Dennis Garcia, Pasekpanu Kachin. I said hello everyone in my Tatavian language. My name is Dennis Garcia and I'm from the San Fernando Valley.
Yeah.
I am Chumash and Tongva. We take, because we have to deal with bureaucracies and stuff. There were multiple tribes that were taken to the San Fernando Mission. There's Serranos, Tatavia, Vanumates, Katunamak, Shumash, Tongva. With that, I'll start this by bringing in the four directions. Pahomanakwish to the north. Direction of the cold winds, the direction of the bear and the eagle. In the eagle, California culture, the bear is the healer. And the eagle soars on high. And if he sees anything wrong here on Mother Earth, he comes and tells the bear, and the bear takes care of it and heals us. To the east, Ulu, the time of the spring, the time of the new day, the direction of the deer and the hawk, the time where the baby animals are being born, and the land starts. To the south, Manawan, the direction of the snake and the owl. Certain native cultures do not revere the owl. They say it's a messenger of bad news. I look at the owl who flies at night, has great vision, helps us find our direction when we need. The snake Kasab, closest thing to Mother Earth, feels the heartbeat of Hutash to Mother Earth. Pahomanakwish. Pahomatoko to the west, the direction the Shumash people call Pelula, the red sunsets. The direction of the raven and the dolphin. Through our creation story, the Shumash people believe the dolphins are our brothers and sisters. The direction that the Shumash people believe we leave this world, towards Point Conception on the Milky Way. Oh, Creator, Kukunamakwa. Oh, Hutash, Mother Earth, where all life comes from. We thank you for this beautiful day today. We thank you for bringing us all together. And though my people lived here many, many years, now you have generations of people, some of you here. And it's obvious that you care about this land, because if you didn't, you wouldn't be here today. What is a Tatavian welcome song? Bako gema a, bako gema a, bako gema a, be a gema a, be a gema a, bako gema a, bako gema a, bako gema a, be a gema a, be a gema a. I thank you for this beautiful place, Creator. Enjoy the day. Take a hike. Check out the animals. Connect with the land, where all life comes from, where it nourishes us. Because without whatever comes out of this land, we're lost. We lose this. Sometimes it's just the beauty of the things that are out here that we enjoy. But there's so many things that provided for the people in the ancestral times. That's why we consider this a very special, sacred place.
Which is the Los Angeles Council member John Lee from Council District 12.
To have areas like this where you can sort of walk around and forget that you are actually in the big city of Los Angeles. Enjoy this beautiful day here. Understand the specialness of being able to walk this part of the city of Los Angeles, and to understand a little bit more about the community, the nature, everything that you live around, and how special we are to be a part of that.
Councilmember Lee mentioned this is the only nature preserve in the city of Los Angeles, and it's an incredible place. We have nesting red-tailed hawks here. We have all kinds of different species of birds, reptiles, insects. So be safe, be curious.
Right? Oh, almost on cue. Like you knew what he was talking about. Yeah, never walk under a bird, and don't look up. Get away. The last thing that they do before they take off, they try to get rid of all their extra body weight. So they try to make themselves as light as possible for flight. Did you know they have hollow bones? Like a straw. They're hollow. Yep. They don't have any teeth. Those weigh too much. So this is a Harrison hawk, everybody. You're not going to typically see these around here. I brought a red-shouldered hawk on the table.
So here they have a water filling station. You can actually get free water, but if you have your water bottle, you can fill it up. And then you have a food truck, Epic Tacos, and you have shaved ice, tikis.
The hike starts here.
How many is this a first time for you? Whoa, most. Very cool. Okay. I've been doing this every year. It's normally held, as the announcer said, around Earth Day in April. Because of the fires and stuff like that. This is owned by LA Department of Water and Power. So they were obviously very busy restoring power lines to thousands of unfortunate people. So the walk around we're going to take is pretty much on a flat road. There's one little part that's like a little like a staircase or something to go down about 10 feet and then back up the other side. But it's all level. It's about a mile and a half or so. We'll stop and talk about things. Plants. Many times there's snakes, there's frogs, there's a lot of cool things. If a snake ever is coming towards you, it's not coming after you. It's just the way it was going to go anyway. So you just step aside, leave it alone, it'll leave you alone. Okay?
You can hike around the area by yourself, but we chose a guided hike because we'd never been here before.
Take it this way.
Yeah.
Rattlesnakes are the only venomous snakes that are native to California. It is crucial to stay aware of your surroundings in California when you're hiking. This is especially true in the summer months.
We're on a guided hike. This is what's left of the actual Chatsworth Manor Lake. They left a little bit for wildlife.
Anyway, I just thought I'd stop here and point out the ecology pond, as it's called. This was actually that ridge over there. That was made in like the late 60s, early 70s. When they originally built this reservoir, it was in 1919. And it stayed filled for 50 years until 1969. It's quite amazing because it went, I don't know if you can see all the way the cement, the concrete. We're going to get a better view of it later. We're standing in front of, what you see this big pole here? Does anybody have an idea what that's for?
The height of the water?
No, a lot of people guess that. A lot of people guess that. Yes.
Perch for hawks and owls.
Yes, yes.
Wow.
It's a it's a perch for the hawks, owls, and things like that. It's a way to keep some of the rodent population down. Instead of laying out that poison, which gets into the food chain, you know, that poison mouse or rat or squirrel eventually gets eaten by a bird, and it goes up the chain, and the bird, you know, the mountain lion eats the rodents and stuff like that. They get sick. Almost all mountain lions that they find when they're tested after they're dead in necropsy. And their maintenance crews, what they would do is cut all these branches that are at the ground, and then they'd weed whip everything underneath so that it doesn't catch on fire. Wrong.
Yeah.
These are very resistant to fire. I don't even know if any of the oak trees in the Woolsey fire, they got damaged, but they came back. They're really hard to catch on fire. The lower leaves and limbs, yes, they'll singe, but the bark is so thick on these things, they won't burn down. In fact, they act as an ember block.
Oh.
So if there's a wind coming this way and your house is on the other side of it, chances are this won't catch wildly on fire, just the bottom, and all the grasses burn really quick. And it'll protect embers from coming to your house. Actually, there's a person bordering this property that had actually cut down a bunch of trees. And he said, well, I was afraid it was a fire. I said, you just opened your house up to an ember storm. So anyway, and don't weed whip, you're killing the next generation. There's a baby oak right there. They were weed whipping them. They were killing the next generation of oak trees. So they're working really hard with the DWP on how to maintain this and how to make this place go in the future and completely, you know, have generations of plants and stuff.
The milkweed butterflies.
Monarch butterfly.
Yep.
And the leaves are, you can see the little beetles on them. There's black milkweed beetles, are what they're called. But the caterpillars will lay their eggs on here, and birds don't like these leaves, and the caterpillars will eat the leaves and stuff like that, and it makes them toxic. It makes them toxic to birds, and the birds learn that they're not gonna eat the caterpillars off this thing. And then it becomes the birthing ground of the monarch butterfly, which you know what's happened to them over the last 20 years or so. I mean, there's almost nothing left of them. There's two main types of oak trees. Most of them are of that nature there, which is a coastal live oak. It stays green all year, and that's live oak. You just can remember it looks alive all the time. And live oak has these little cupped leaves, and it looks like a boat. And I always remember live oak, lifeboat. Oh, okay. This valley oak, it's Quercus lobata is its scientific name. I always remember that because lobata means lobe, like your earlobes. Look at the leaves. They have lobes. And between each lobe, there's a valley. Lobe, valley, oak.
Oh yeah.
This is deciduous. Doesn't mean delicious, but it means it loses its leaves in the winter. It looks dead. It actually looks like it'll be nothing on it. Most people, when they think of oak trees, they think of that leaf. Well, not only they planted the oak trees, once you plant them, what do you gotta do? Now right here, I just happened to see this.
Oh, wow, that's a gall.
That's a oak gall. It is, sometimes they call them oak apples. It is not a fruit. It is not an apple. It is not edible. It comes from an unusual symbiotic thing of wasps will lay an egg on the branch of an oak tree. And the oak tree says, "What's that? I'm not sure. Let me build something around." And the oak tree actually creates this thing, a nest, and it protects the wasps. There will be wasp eggs in there. So if you take that home,
Not advised.
yeah, it's not a good idea. You don't take anything out of the parks anyways. So that's a golden rule. You just dangerous plant.
Devil's trumpets.
Datura, devil's trumpets, hell's bells.
Hell's bells,
It
yeah.
has a hallucinogenic property to it. So
A terrifying one, hence the name devil.
yeah, so you don't want to have your horses
Not a
eat that
good
stuff. You got to know that plant because the horses don't know any better. They'll eat it, and it's not good for them. So.
Over the past 4 decades, the submerged ecosystem sprang up again. The Audubon Society lists more than 200 bird species that have been spotted there. There's also bobcats, coyotes, and a herd of mule deer that normally forage around the oak trees.
Quite a big group. Go over to the other side, you can see some palm trees.
We'll see the reservoir. You actually see the concrete when we get up there. You'll see what they didn't want to break after the 71 Silmar quake, where the Van Norman Dam cracked. It did not release, but it cracked severely. And this is the same type of a dam. Then by 71, the Silmar quake occurred, cracked the Van Norman Dam. This was the same type, said, we're not putting water back here ever unless they really want to rebuild this reservoir. And there's no purpose. Everyone's already getting water from the Van Norman Dam, all through the valley. So they built this thing here, this ridge we're going to go up on to prevent any stormwater runoff filling the next section.
Good hike.
It was originally built in 1919 as a water storage facility. It primarily served agricultural irrigation needs for the San Fernando Valley, which was a very agricultural area. After the Silmar earthquake in 1971, the dam was decommissioned and declared unsafe.
You can see the concrete wall of the reservoir. So they did fill that in with dirt, and it was hydrofilled, not mechanically compacted, same as Van Norman. I don't know if you can see by that white building, right in front of it, there's a cylindrical tower. And those were made in some reservoirs for an overflow precaution.
It really is pretty. You can see some ducks in the water. I don't know how close. You can see Randy likes it too. I can see some Canadian geese in there.
Today there is 1,318 acres of Chatsworth Reservoir property that is owned by the City of Los Angeles Department of Water and Power. And while it has been set aside as a nature preserve, it is closed to the public except for a day or two each year.
A couple mallards. Guess I better catch up.
The water is also used by the fire department to suck up water to fight fires.
The DWP was actually filling this with drinkable water. And they said, everyone's getting fined. You go over a certain amount, they charge you more. How come they get to do it and they're fining me? Well, they stopped. This is now a natural filling. They don't put water in it for over 10, 12, 13 years. When he did his little crane thing on the little boat with Mr.
Miyagi.
Miyagi. It was right out there.
Karate Kid was a film that came out June the 22nd of 1984 and starred Ralph Macchio and Pat Morita. Pat Morita, as Mr. Miyagi, teaches Daniel Russo the proper use of karate. Daniel was played by Ralph Macchio.
In the 80s, I think so.
Yep.
Other older ones, Rin Tin Tin, Rawhide.
Oh yeah, Rawhide.
Stagecoach, Lone Ranger. The Ten Commandments, there was a few scenes out here.
Oh my.
Oh really?
Yeah. Dukes of Hazzard.
This is Brian. He's also a volunteer with state parks like I am.
The area around the Chatsworth Reservoir was used in many films dating back to 1922.
Catch up. Tie his shoe. Got a helicopter. They're taking a fly around the lake. So that helicopter is an LADWP helicopter checking it all out.
Making sure people aren't going beyond where they're going.
Yeah.
The wood goes all the way around here.
Yeah, they don't want anybody going that far. That's a lot of people.
Even though none of the Roy Rogers TV show was filmed right at the reservoir, Roy Rogers TV show ran for 6 seasons on NBC between 1951 and 1957, with 100 episodes, most of which were filmed on the Rogers Ranch in Chatsworth.
Spend some time on your own, walking around a little more if you want. So, 1.3 miles and just a little over an hour. So there was always a debate of how far it was. Some people said it was 1.5 miles. So 1.3, a little over an hour.
Okay, well then that turtle's here. Okay.
Oh. Hello, Racky. How are you? Little stiff, are you?
Yeah. I sanded them.
If you enjoyed our vlogs, please subscribe.
And ring that notification bell.
And give us a like and let us know your care.
And we'll see you on the next one. Bye.